The 42nd floor of Sterling Global was usually a place where people spoke carefully. One wrong sentence could cost someone a promotion. One wrong decision could cost millions. But on Monday morning, Daniel Carter walked into the executive boardroom carrying nothing except a folder, a coffee, and the quiet confidence of a man who had nothing to prove. Daniel was 42, a single father, an operations director, and one of the few people inside Sterling Global who wasn't afraid to tell the truth. At the head of the table sat Victoria Sterling, the company's brilliant and intimidating CEO. 43, wealthy, elegant, and completely accustomed to getting what she wanted. She watched Daniel take his seat. Daniel. Yes, Miss Sterling. Come to my office after the meeting. Nodded. Is there a problem? Victoria smiled. Not the kind you're thinking about. Frowned. The meeting ended 40 minutes later. Everyone left except Daniel and Victoria. Victoria closed the door. Sat. She walked toward the window overlooking Manhattan. I've been thinking about you. Nearly choked on his coffee. I'm sorry. Victoria turned. You heard me. Stared at her. She smiled. I want to make you an offer. Immediately became serious. If this is about the promotion, it isn't. Then what? Victoria took a breath. I want to date you. Silence. Daniel blinked once, twice. I'm sorry, Miss Sterling. Victoria. No. Her eyebrows rose. You didn't even think about it. I have a daughter. I know. My life is complicated. I know. I work for you. I know. Stood. You're my boss. Victoria folded her arms. That's your answer? Yes. Why? Daniel looked at her honestly. Because I don't want my daughter growing up thinking her father married his boss because he needed something. Victoria's expression softened. If I weren't your boss, Daniel hesitated. That would be different. Victoria smiled. Interesting. Up his folder. Goodbye, Miss Sterling. Goodbye, Daniel. As he walked away, Victoria whispered, first rejection. Stopped. What? Nothing. He left. 3 months passed. Daniel continued working. He never mentioned the conversation. Victoria didn't either. But something between them had changed. She began noticing little things. Daniel always left work exactly at 5:30 on Tuesdays because Lily had piano lessons. He kept emergency snacks in his desk. He never complained about overtime. And whenever someone spoke disrespectfully to junior employees, Daniel was the first person to defend them. One evening, Victoria found him alone in the office. Why are you still here? Daniel looked up. Quarterly reports. You're supposed to be home. My daughter knows I'll be late. Victoria sat across from him. You're a good father. Smiled. I'm trying. Victoria looked at him for several seconds. Daniel. Yes. I meant what I said 3 months ago. Sighed. Victoria. I know. She stood. You don't have to answer now. Looked at her. I already did. Victoria nodded. Then I'll respect it. She walked toward the door. Daniel watched her leave. Something inside him felt strangely empty, but he ignored it until 2 weeks later Victoria announced that she was transferring Daniel to a new division. His salary would double. His position would become vice president. Daniel immediately went to her office. You're promoting me? Yes. You earned it. Shook his head. I can't accept this. Victoria looked surprised. We'll say I'm sleeping with the CEO. Victoria's expression hardened. They already say that. Sighed. Exactly. So what do you want me to do? Daniel looked at her. Transfer me somewhere you aren't my boss. Victoria stared at him. You're rejecting another promotion. Yes, of rumors, because of my daughter. Victoria slowly nodded, then she smiled. You really are impossible. Smiled back. Probably. Walked away. Second rejection. Victoria watched the door close. And for the first time in years, the woman who could control a billion-dollar company realized there was one thing money couldn't buy: Daniel's trust. 6 months later, Sterling Global's annual board meeting arrived. The room was packed. 20 board members, major investors, senior executives. Daniel sat near the end of the table. He had accepted a new position in another division. Victoria was still CEO. Everything seemed normal, until Victoria stood. Before we discuss the quarterly results, I have a personal announcement. The board became quiet. Daniel looked up. Victoria walked to the center of the room. She looked directly at him. Daniel Carter. Daniel's stomach dropped. Yes. Victoria reached into her pocket. Then she placed a small black box on the table. The board members stared. Daniel froze. Victoria. She walked toward him. I asked you twice. Whispered. You did. You said no twice. I did. I respected your answer. She stopped in front of him. But you never said you didn't love me. The room became completely silent. Daniel's eyes widened. Victoria opened the box. Inside was a ring. I don't want your money, she paused. I don't want your position. I don't want you to choose me because I'm your CEO, she took a breath. I want you to choose me because I'm Victoria. Couldn't speak. Victoria looked into his eyes. I'm asking you one final question. The entire board watched. Daniel Carter. She smiled through nervousness no one had ever seen from her. Will you marry me? Nobody moved. Daniel looked around the room, then at the ring, then at Victoria. Finally, he smiled. I have one condition. Victoria laughed nervously. What? My daughter gets to approve. The board burst into laughter. Victoria wiped a tear from her eye. Deal. Stood, but there's something else. Victoria looked at him. I rejected you twice because I was afraid. Afraid of what? Of losing the life I built for my daughter. Reached for her hand. But you never asked me to give it up. Victoria squeezed his hand. Smiled. You asked me to share it. Victoria nodded. Looked around the room. Then my answer is yes. The board erupted in applause. Ending that evening, Daniel arrived home. Lily was sitting at the kitchen table doing homework. She looked up. Dad, Daniel smiled. I have something to tell you. Lily narrowed her eyes. Did you get fired? Daniel laughed. Did you get promoted? Not exactly. Lily looked confused. Daniel sat beside her. Someone asked me to marry her. Lily's eyes became huge. Showed her the ring. Lily stared at it, then she smiled. It Victoria, Daniel laughed. How did you know? Dad, she looks at you like you're the only person in the room. Daniel's eyes filled with tears. Lily hugged him. Does she make you happy? Daniel nodded. Then you should marry her. Months later at their wedding, Victoria stood beside Daniel beneath a simple arch of white flowers. No cameras, no investors, no board members. Just family. And when Lily walked down the aisle carrying the rings, Daniel realized something. He had rejected Victoria twice because he thought love would complicate his life. Instead, she had become part of the life he was already fighting so hard to protect. And Victoria learned something too. The most valuable thing she had ever won wasn't a company, a contract, or a billion-dollar deal. It was the trust of a single father who had once told the most powerful woman in the room, no. Somehow, that made her love him even more.